All right. Oh, yeah. It's a good breakfast. All right, welcome back, guys. Well, it's actually a very nice day today. Sun's out. It's a little cloudy, but it's looking good. All right, so we are on week 4 of the Carnivore Diet. So, a few things this week. If you watched some of my other videos, I showed you guys what else I was doing, what I was cooking, what I was eating. So let's dive right into it. Beef liver. Trying out beef liver this week, cooked that up. I felt amazing on it, I'm not gonna lie. I think, from what I was told, just as a general thing, beef liver has a lot of B vitamins in it. It gives you full spectrum there. And I just felt my energy levels just peak up just from trying it, even just trying a piece. I noticed that it kept me more focused and just energy. Just energy. Just, it was amped up. It wasn't like a cup of coffee. It was just simple. And I just felt more awake. I felt more woken up. And I just felt good. It was weird. And I noticed that it was at that level. I noticed it was at that level when I ate at least 2 pieces of those that you saw in that video. So if you guys are curious about what I cooked up this week, I cooked that up and I cooked up lamb heart. So the B vitamin rush from the beef liver was phenomenal and I loved it and it was good. It tasted like deer venison. That's what it tasted like. So wild game meat, and it's got a certain flavor to it. So if you wanted to spice it up, I put a little bit of Johnny seasoning on it, but I'm sure you guys could think of something else too, some other, maybe like a rub or something like that I have. I have that and I put that on my steaks. I didn't really want to put anything on it. I wanted to try it and just taste it for what it was. The lamb heart, I didn't put anything on it. I just tasted it for what it was. I cooked that up. I cooked everything up with beef tallow, so I had some extra fat on there too, just to make it a really good meal, just a really good food to eat. So I cooked up lamb heart. Some benefits of eating lamb heart are CoQ10 and ATP, which are some of the main nutrients and ingredients in this specific organ. CoQ10 helps with brain synapse, helps with cognitive function, keeps you more alert, more centered. I actually just had a slice this morning along with my steak that you guys saw in the video. ATP is adenosine triphosphate, and what that does is it's something that you lose when your cells need fuel. So I was refueling my ATP, or my adenosine triphosphate, with lamb heart specifically. That's what gives your cells energy. The cells are made of phosphate, ribose, and adenine. All of our cells are made up of that. And so as a general talk and just a quick point on that, I was refueling my ATP, my phosphate, my ribose, and my adenine in my cells with lamb heart. You mainly get this just from food in general, but these were the 2 things that it mainly had a high amount of in the organ meat, or the organ itself. So that was something that was really cool. And one of the reasons why I was supplementing with D-ribose was to recover my ATP. And it really helps with my workouts and such. So those were the 2 things I wanted to talk about today on week 4. What I got to try this week, it was cool. I was super excited. I'm glad that I got to eat those organ meats. Being on this diet, I would like to try and make those 2 organ meats a staple, along with the steak, the eggs, the beef, fish, chicken, and pork, whatever else is carnivorous and animal protein. So I'll get into the next thing. Goat's milk puts you to sleep. It is a low carb drink. It is dairy. It is used on the carnivore diet. You can use it if you can tolerate it. A lot of people don't drink dairy anymore. When you become an adult, from a baby to an adult, you mainly move over to meats, specifically on this diet, and how our ancestors moved their how they raised their children and such. So I like to drink it though. I drink it at night. I made a video where I drank it at night, and I drink it at night all week. I'm done with that whole half gallon now, and I maybe got a little bit of raw milk left. You can do this with raw milk or goat's milk. Goat's milk is easily digestible, but if you mix it with a little bit of honey, and as you saw, I mixed a little bit of cacao powder in there because I love cacao powder. Cacao powder makes me tired, so it's got a high amount, if not your 50% of your daily intake of magnesium, which is really good for your muscles and muscle development, helps you go to sleep, helps you sleep deeper. That's why I added it to the milk. And so when I drank that, whipped it up and drank it, heated it up a little bit, I just would start to get really tired. And so I was able to go to bed quicker, and I was able to, well, lull myself to sleep. So watch that video too that I made this week. You can do the same thing with raw milk. Raw milk is not as digestible as goat's milk though. So goat's milk is easier on your stomach, and it's a good carb in the sense that it will make you tired and put you to sleep. So if you're trying to stay away from the carbs though, then don't drink it as much. But on the other hand, I was getting severely lean, have been getting severely lean, lost 6 pounds within 3 weeks or 2 weeks starting this diet. So I actually wanted to try and keep the weight on. So me drinking milk is kind of beneficial for me on this diet. And the funny thing is that I used to be allergic to milk, but when we go to the store and we buy that pasteurized shit, the pasteurized stuff is filled with a bunch of sugars and fillers, and so you're not really benefiting from drinking any of that kind of dairy. You want to drink raw dairy or farm fresh. If you know a local farmer that sells it by the pint or sells it by the gallon and it's farm fresh with the cream on the top, buy that shit, because that shit is going to be better for your system. It's going to be better for your stomach, and you will not have the allergic reactions like I had growing up. So there's that. Another point is on the diet, how do you know you have good T levels if you're trying to boost your testosterone again? For men, I'm going to give you guys another tip too. I talked about this in the last video, but I figured it would bear repeating a little bit. If you're getting regular morning wood and you're having all night wood too, which, you know, some guys don't really talk about, then everything is working properly. I would say gauging by having wood in the morning and having wood all night long, your T levels are good. They're either on the rise or they're right where they need to be. So I would say for the guys watching this video, if you are having all night wood and morning wood the next day when you wake up, your T levels are good. Your testosterone is where it needs to be, even though I could probably use a little bit more of a boost just because of me as an individual, you know. So I mean, but being on the carnivore diet has drastically moved up my testosterone. So just the diet alone, eating the meat and eating more fat, has actually balanced me out and has produced better hormone production for myself. So the last thing, I'm gonna wrap up this video, was yesterday at lunch, everybody else was eating, we have a lunch on Fridays where work pays for it. And everybody was eating pizza. Everybody was eating a ton of carbs, just bread, straight bread, sauce, breadsticks, whatever the hell they were all eating. And I just decided to eat my 2 steaks that I brought with me. I bought 2 steak strips, just like the one that you saw in the beginning of the video. And I had this weird, blissful feeling, but I also ate a slice of lamb heart too. So that might have had something to do with it. But I just felt so blissful and just alert and just centered. So meat really centers you. I know I've said this in the last video, but meat really centers you. I think it helps you out a lot. And it was just giving me that steady surge of energy, and I was feeling satisfied. My body was probably thanking me because yesterday I had a hard workout too, and I was just adding on more calories and eating more food. It's very important to eat enough calories and eat enough food after you've had a workout, because this diet will push you, and like I've said in the last video too, this diet will make your workouts more intense. You'll work out as if you're about to die and you're fighting for your life, which is, you know, a good workout. And I only did that for like 30 minutes, 35 minutes, and then I can get out and I have good results. There's no pump, unfortunately. If you want to pump, you got to add in the carbs, so that way you can put insulin back in your system to get a better bulky physique. But for now, I'm going to write it out on the diet. This is wrapping up week 4. Stay tuned for week 5, guys, and I will show you the end of my results. I'll talk about and just do a huge recap on the whole month and a week of me being on the carnivore diet, and the challenge will be done. So I've seen some really great benefits on this diet, and I see why this is starting to turn into a fad diet, and why so many people and so many testimonies are just coming into the light on this diet. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great weekend. Get out, enjoy the sun, go for a walk, go for a run, go get a workout in. Have a blessed day. I'll talk to you later.